Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to my first video of 2020. Happy New Year, guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and discuss January events that's going to be is going to be happening this month. So, we got some pretty awesome stuff coming through with this month. So let's go ahead and go into this. Trainers, as December's last event, Pokemon Go Holidays 2019 wraps up, we set our eyes towards the new year on the horizon. Alright, so we're in 2020 now at this point, so we're not going to really read the text here, because this information came out just this past Monday. I know I'm late. I know I'm pretty late to this, but the reason why is obviously, if you guys did not see my 2019 wrap-up video, that's pretty much the reason why. It took me a little while to make, because I had to find all the clips I wanted to use for the video. So that's why I kind of was behind on my update regarding the new update information. But regardless, I'm here now. Better late than never, right? So yeah. And then currently, as we are making this video, the the third wave of the Team Go Rocket Special Research is live right now. So once you complete the research, you'll be able to encounter Shadow Moltres, which is going to be pretty cool. During this month's breakthrough, we'll be able to get Lapras that has double legacy moveset, which is going to be Ice Shard and Ice Beam, which is pretty cool. Then we're going to have an exciting Adventure Sting Hatchathon, which is going to be pretty cool. Heatran is going to be blazing back into raids, which we're going to go ahead and go over that in this video. That's pretty much the main aspect of the video as to why I'm making this video. But I also wanted to give you guys a little bit more detail as to what else was going down as well. So, yeah, guys. So, in this month, we're going to be... currently, right now, we have the Team Go Rocket Special Research. So, once we complete that research, we'll be able to battle Giovanni for the third time and encounter Moltres, which you know I will definitely be bringing you guys that pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming this upcoming somewhere this month for sure. So stay tuned for that. We'll be able to get Lapras, then those Ice Shard and Ice Beam, and it does have a shiny variant. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So there you go, just so you guys can get an idea. And yeah, so we're gonna have a full month for Lapras, full month to be able to get Moltres there. And then on to the exciting Adventure Sync, which is going to be happening from January 2nd at 1 p.m. to Thursday, January 16th. So this is pretty cool. And what's awesome about this, actually, is during the Adventure Sync Hatchathon, you can be rewarded with extra Stardust, rare candies, and a Unova Stone if you walk a certain distance. You'll be able to find Pokemon wearing party hats by hatching eggs and encountering more Pokemon in the wild, too. So that's pretty darn cool. And for what I've read online, that the Stardust you gain, if you make 50 kilometers, you actually will be gaining 50,000 Stardust, which is pretty nuts. So, and I believe if you put a Star Piece on, that should be 75,000. So, that's pretty crazy. And then we get extra rare candies as well, which I can always use those. And a Unova Stone, which is also very useful for sure, especially for the future with the new Gen 5 Pokemon that's going to be coming around, which that's also another update that's coming within the new year as well. So more Gen 5 Pokemon is coming into it as well. If you guys have yet to see, we also do have a new loading screen which does feature some new Pokemon, which you guys know one of them on that list is definitely something I'm really excited about the most. So, but more about that another time. So Heatran is going to be blazing into raids. So Heatran is going to be taking over Tier 5 raids from Virizion from Tuesday, January 7th until Tuesday, February 4th. Oh, sorry, Tuesday, January 7th, yeah, to Tuesday, February. So I just want to make sure that was correct. So, and if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Heatran with a body made of rock steel and blood that boils like magma. Wow, I can't even read. The Lava Dome Pokemon might find a niche in your battle party as a bulky fire and steel type attacker. So yeah, we're going to go over that in this video, so stay tuned for that in just a moment. And we're going to be getting some more Gen 5 Pokemon coming. So far we know Axew is coming, which I'm pretty excited for that one because Haxorus is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. So Dragon type, which we'll go over that in another video. And we also got Scolipede and some more awesome stuff that should be coming in the near future as well, which I'm also looking forward to as well. So, and then they go on saying that we're going to amazing month of events and amazing 2020. So, yeah. So, I'm really excited for what's to come. We got Heatran coming back to raids with a shiny variant. We got Team Go Rocket Special Researcher, of course, for the month. So, we'll be able to obtain Shadow Moltres. And then we're also going to be getting Lapras, which can be shiny with Ice Shard and Ice Beam. And then we for January, of course. And then the Avenger Sync Hatchathon, which is going to be pretty darn sweet. So we can get that extra Stardust, extra rare candies, and a guaranteed Universal. So that's pretty darn sweet. So looking pretty sweet for the month of January. So I'm really excited for that. So this is going to be pretty sweet stuff to start up the year. So really excited about that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on GoHub and let's talk about Heatran. So I will see you guys there. Heatran with a max CP of 3,754. Heatran is a dual type fire and steel type with an attack of 251, defense of 213, and stamina of 209. Scrolling down to its weaknesses, you're going to see that Heatran is going to be weak to fighting, water, and has a double weakness to ground, which that's going to be really important to keep in mind, guys. So when you battle going in against Heatran, but more about that later on. And as you guys see here, Heatran actually has 10 resistances. 6 of those are actually double resist here. It's double resisting bug, fairy, grass, ice, poison, and steel. And also resisting dragon, flying, normal, and psychic. So those are a lot of fantastic resistances. And that's what makes Heatran pretty unique, because it does have that awesome, amazing double typing of fire and steel, so that's always pretty darn awesome for sure. Now let's go into the moves here. So for the fast moves, it has access to Bug Bite and Fire Spin, and for charge moves, it has Stone Edge, Fire Blast, the newly learned Flamethrower, which if you guys did not know, Heatran does now gets access to Flamethrower, and Iron Head. So, and according to the DPS chart here, the best moveset you want on it is going to be Fire Spin and Fire Blast. Though I think Fire Spin and Flamethrower might be a little bit more consistent, personally. So, is Heatran worth powering up? Well, let's talk about that. So, Heatran actually has a lot of cool things going for it. It has amazing stats. It has the great resistances, and just in general, I feel like Heatran is fantastic just because it has those really good resistances and great stats for sure. I mean, with an attack of 251, as you guys are going to see right here, 251 attack, 213 defense, and stamina 209. Heatran is looking to be Heatran does have fairly fantastic stats in general. So, and in case you guys wanted to see the shiny variant, it's pretty much right down here on the bottom. So that's the difference between a regular Heatran and a shiny Heatran. But unfortunately, the only thing that really holds Heatran back from dominating the fire types is, of course, the moves that it has. So, as you guys already know, Fire Blast is the worst fire type move in the game because it takes too long to get off, and yeah, it's pretty bad. Heatran did get a new move in Flamethrower, which does make it a little bit more consistent in my opinion. Personally, I feel like you may want to opt for Fire Spin Flamethrower. That's just my personal opinion. But it's just, unfortunately, not really the best fire type, unfortunately. The reason why, like, it has the stats, it has the resistances to make it really good on top of the food chain of the fire types, of course. The only problem is the moves. Fire Blast, like I said, is terrible. Bug Bite is extremely random. I'm not sure why fire, and like me and my friend Kevin were talking about this before, but why does a fire and steel type legendary have access to Bug Bite? So we were just talking about that the other day too, and I was like, yeah, I know, right? Unless it's trying to munch on, I guess it's trying to munch on bugs. I don't know why they gave it Bug Bite, but that's completely random. So you definitely want the Fire Spin 100% over Bug Bite, because Fire Spin stab, it'll get that. And on top of that, Heatran doesn't have access to a Steel type fast move, so unfortunately, it's not going to be good on the Steel type side at all. But I mean, if you want to have a pretty unique fire type that has really good resistances, then you may want to consider using Heatran, because while it's not going to be the best fire type, it's not going to be outpacing Chandelure, it's not going to be outpacing Blaziken, Moltres, Reshiram, and Volcarona when those two come in. It's still pretty good. The reason why I think it's pretty good is because, like I said, it has those really good resistances, which in some situations, Heatran may actually be better than some of the fire types because of those resistances, and the fact that it does have a bit more bulk to it. So that's what I think is good about Heatran personally. So, um, would I max one out? I think like if you have the resources and you want to have a unique fire type on your team, I would say yes because Heatran. Well, like I said, Heatran's not the best fire type because, like I said, it's the only thing that's holding it back is the fact that Fire Blast is just super terrible. Um, I mean, Flamethrower is okay, but it would be better. Like if Heatran actually had access to Overheat, then I think Heatran will probably it will most certainly outpace Moltres 100%. I think it would also surpass Chandelure if it have Overheat because while Chandelure does have more special attack than Heatran, Heatran does have more bulk than it, so it will definitely stay in the fight a lot longer. But just in general, Heatran is still not bad at all. So I think it's still something worth investing in, personally. But it's up to you how you look at it, honestly, as a Pokemon. So I mean, with those really great resistances and great stats, I think Heatran will be pretty good. Now it does get a special move called Magma Storm, which I don't know. I don't think that's going to be coming anytime soon. But if it was to get that, or overheat, I think it would have potential to be pretty darn sweet. So, but for the most part, I think Heatran is just fun as a unique fire attacker. So that's just my personal opinion. So now let's go ahead and discuss counters. So I will see you guys there on the source for counters. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright guys, so I got this nifty chart here, courtesy of Couple Gaming, so shout out to them, be sure to check them out for sure. So this is pretty much up to date detail on what you want to use against Heatran here. So first off, the 100% IV for Heatran is going to be 2145 with no weather boost. And then if it happens to be sunny or snowy, you're going to be looking for 2681. So 2145 is the hundo for non boosted, and then if boosted, 2681. So just so you guys are well aware on that. And as I mentioned before, Heatran is going to be weak to fighting, water, and has a double weakness to ground. So definitely keep that in mind, especially with the double weakness to ground. So we might want to take advantage of those ground types, especially since with the recent updates in the moves, Earthquake and Mudslap did in fact get buffed. So those ground types are going to be very, very crucial. If you don't have many people to play with, then those ground types are going to be really, really crucial for sure. And of course, as you see here, the shiny is going to be available this go around with Heatran. So definitely, going to be pretty sweet to get that. So if you get a shiny, be sure to pineapple it because it's going to be a guaranteed catch. So let's go ahead and go into the counters. So coming in the first spot is going to be, of course, Groudon with Mud Shot and Earthquake. Groudon is actually fantastic in general because while there are better ground types, which we're going to talk about those in just a second, like Garchomp, Rhyperior, Excadrill, they're going to be outpacing Groudon. Well, Groudon and Rhyperior are just going to be on par with each other, actually. But Groudon has been well known to be a pretty good ground type overall. It hasn't been useless whatsoever. I think, well, at least for the most part, it hasn't had much use. But with Earthquake, it definitely has improved quite a bit. But like I mentioned before, it's going to be outpaced quite a bit by some of the ground types, which we're going to go about that in just a second. But Groudon's going to be fantastic because it will resist Stone Edge. It's going to be neutral to Fire Blast, Flamethrower, and Ironhead, but it's still going to be fantastic for sure. So that's definitely well to keep note of. Now, next we're going to talk about is, of course, Rhyperior with Mud Slap Earthquake. Rhyperior here is actually going to be able to resist Stone Edge, Fire Blast, and Flamethrower, but it's going to have to watch out for that Iron Head. Not just Rhyperior, but Rhydon as well. Both of these two are going to be fantastic against Heatran. Like I said, ever since Mud Slap and Earthquake did get buffed, these two are actually on top of the list now because they actually are going to be performing a lot better than what they were before. But these two in general, Rhyperior and Rhydon, they're going to have to watch out for the Iron Head because they are part rock, and rock is going to be weak to that steel typing, so definitely keep that in mind. But as long as it doesn't have the Iron Head, it has Flamethrower, Fire Blast, or Stone Edge, you're going to be looking fantastic when going against Heatran for sure with Rhyperior and Rhydon. And personally, Rhydon is going to be one of the far more cheaper ground types to use, because to get Rhyhorn to evolve to Rhydon, you only need 25 candies to evolve it into Rhydon. So Rhydon's going to be the cheapest on this list, and it's still going to be performing really well on the ground types there for sure. Now, next ground type I want to talk to you guys about real quick is Garchomp with Mudshot and Earthquake. I know Garchomp is not easy to obtain the candies for because not many people may not have Gibbles, so I know the struggle on that. Garchomp here is actually going to be probably is going to be outpacing Groudon. The reason why is because it does have that Dragon typing, which Dragon is going to be resisting fire pretty much as well. So unlike Groudon, Garchomp is going to be able to resist Stone Edge, Fire Blast, and Flamethrower while being neutral to the Iron Head. So Garchomp is going to be fantastic for sure. It's not going to have this. It's not going to have as much raw DPS as Groudon and Rhyperior or Excadrill, but Garchomp is going to be fantastic just because it does resist the Stone Edge, Fire Blast, and Flamethrower. Though that same resistances is shared by Rhyperior and Rhydon, what Garchomp does have and the Rhydon and Rhyperior do not have is that those two are weak to Iron Head while Garchomp is not. So Garchomp's going to be neutral. So Garchomp in that regard is going to be fantastic in general. So just not as strong, but will be able to handle a lot more than the other ones in general for sure. Now, Excadrill here, which we're going to go into right now, with Mud Slap, Drill Run. You can also go Earthquake. So if you don't have Drill Run, and you could also go Earthquake as well. Excadrill here is actually going to have the most DPS out of all the ground types. The only problem with Excadrill is that it's going to have to watch out for the fire type moves. So it's going to have to watch out for that Fire Spin fast move, and it's also going to have to watch out for Fire Blast and Flamethrower. However, if Heatran does have the Iron Head or Stone Edge, then Excadrill is going to be fantastic, especially against the Stone Edge move set, because Stone Edge is going to be able to double resist that, being ground and steel. So because of that, Excadrill will be able to live quite some time. So Excadrill is not going to be dying anytime soon if it happens to be facing the Stone Edge. It'll do well against Iron Head as well, but it'll definitely be in the fight for the long haul if it happens to be facing that Stone Edge variant. But like I said, Excadrill is gonna just have to watch out for the fire type moves, because it does have that steel typing, which is going to be weak to that fire type moves. So do keep that in mind. And then also they have here on top here Golurk with Mud Slap, Earth Power. Also a fantastic option here for sure. It's going to be able to resist Stone Edge. It's going to be neutral to Fire Blast, Flamethrower, and Iron Head. But Golurk will still be pretty good for sure. I think that was pretty cool. And I got my friend messaging me over here. So sorry, do apologize about that. Okay, I don't know why these updates is popping up right now. I do apologize about that. But yeah, Golurk is still fantastic. Now, if you don't have these top 6 ground types, there are some other options that you can also use against Heatran. You can also use Flygon with Mudshot and Earthquake as well. You can also run the Earth Power, which I believe Earth Power may be better than Earthquake in that regards. Flygon's not going to be as good, but it'll still do some. It'll still do double effective damage on Heatran. So Flygon's still going to be fantastic there. Swamper's another good option with Mudshot and Earthquake as well. It is water and ground type, so Swampert actually will be able to resist all of Heatran's moves with the Stone Edge, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, and Iron Head. Stone Edge is resisted by the ground typing, Fire is going to be resisted by the water typing, and Iron Head is going to be resisted by the water typing as well. So Swampert is going to be fantastic in that regards too. So, and there's also some other counters as well you can also use against Heatran. Machamp is another one with counter Dynamic Punch. Lucario is also not a great choice with Aura Sphere, but like Excadrill, it's gonna have to watch out for the Fire type moves. But Lucario is also not a bad choice for sure. You can also go Kyogre with Waterfall and Surf, since Kyogre did access to Surf. It'll do much better with that. You can also do Kingler with Bubble and Crabhammer. Keep in mind though, Kingler is a glass cannon, but Kingler will still put in some work for sure. You can also go Gyarados. You can also go Gyarados with Waterfall Hydro Pump as well. It's gonna have to watch out for that Stone Edge. So yeah, there you go. So basically, guys, definitely want to take advantage of your best ground types that you have for sure, because especially ground is going to be number one against this legendary. So do keep that in mind. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That is it on Heatran. Good luck with your shinies, guys. Good luck with getting your shiny Heatran. So it would be pretty cool to start the year strong with some nice shiny with a beautiful shiny Heatran. So, or with just in general, just to get some awesome new stuff, awesome, stuff. With the Hatchathon starting tomorrow, that's gonna be also pretty fun as well. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. And let me know in the comments below if you guys are excited for Shiny Heatran. And just in general for Heatran coming back. So, Heatran's going to be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to be doing, me and my friends, we'll probably do a couple just to get some done. A lot more excited than Virizion personally. So, yeah. So, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.